Okay, let's talk a little bit more about having your homepage as a system page inside of your website theme, or having it as a standalone landing page. Okay, now, one of the reasons that I like to have it as a standalone landing page is if at some point in the future you decide that you would like to make a big update to your homepage and it's a standalone landing page, it's very easy to come over here to the three little dots and duplicate your homepage. And then once you've done that, you can work on the duplicate. Once you're happy with the duplicate, you can switch over. Okay, so there's no downtime if you're working on your homepage duplicate and the original page was a landing page. Over inside of your website theme, if you use the homepage that is part of your theme and you click these three little dots, there's no way to duplicate that homepage, okay? There's only one homepage in the theme, so you would be working on it live, or you would have to set another page as your homepage, maybe like a coming soon page, or this website is getting a facelift or whatever. But it is a little bit problematic if you do want to do big updates to this homepage later. So that is one of the reasons. Now, if you do decide to use a standalone landing page as your homepage, in order to tell the Kajabi platform to ignore this system page and to instead show this page if anybody goes to your domain, all you need to do is once you are done customizing it, you need to make sure that the page is published. Then you would go over into your site settings, into your site details, and you would scroll down to this homepage section. Now, the default homepage is going to be show the template homepage. And let me just refresh this because it doesn't currently think I have any pages published. Go down here. Okay, that's better. So the default is going to be, oops, show the template homepage, okay, which is that system homepage. If you would like it to show a landing page, then you would say show a landing page, and it will say pick a landing page, and you'll have all your published pages there to pick from. Currently, I only have one published page, so you would choose that one. So if you are doing a big redesign later and you duplicate your homepage and it's a landing page, when you come here to swap over and pick a landing page, you'd be able to choose your homepage duplicate, and that's just going to replace the current homepage with the new homepage, which is nice and easy. So that is one of the reasons that I do like to have the homepage as a standalone landing page. Another reason that I will share with you, let me just close a couple of these tabs. Okay, if we jump into this homepage, this individual landing page homepage in customize mode over here, okay, you can see that there are a couple of buttons here where ideally we want like a little pop-up to come up. For example, download the free e-guide. Now, if somebody clicks that box, then we would like over here this two-step opt-in to pop up. We'll just edit it so you can see what I mean. Like this, okay? And you would put your text in here and you'd add one of your Kajabi forms in here. And then people would be opting in for your freebie. Now, this two-step opt-in, every landing page gets its own two-step opt-in. So if you are using an individual standalone landing page for your homepage, it has its own pop-up. If you have a standalone landing page for your webinar registration, it has its own pop-up. If you have a standalone landing page for your freebie, it has its own pop-up. Okay, so landing pages, anything in this tab, they all get their own pop-up. But when we go over here to the website tab, over here, all these areas, all these system pages that exist inside of your website theme, okay, they all share a pop-up. Okay, so whatever you are setting in the pop-up on the library, for example, or maybe you've got like a blog opt-in pop-up on blog posts that people can get to from the sidebar. Perhaps you've got a pop-up on the contact page, like whatever pop-up you decide to set up, if somebody clicks the button to trigger the pop-up, they're going to see the pop-up on each of these pages. And I find for the home page that often you want something different in the pop-up than you would want on here, for instance, on the blog post, okay? Or if you are setting up like a pop-up contact form on the contact page, you probably on your home page want something different showing up in the pop-up. So I do like to give my home page over here its own pop-up, and I can put whatever I want into this pop-up. Just like that. And then on this home page, anywhere where there's a button that I would like to trigger that pop-up, if I click into the button, if somebody clicks here on this button action should go to that two-step opt-in pop-up. Okay, so all these landing pages, individual landing pages, have their own pop-up, and you can put all sorts of different things in them, whether it's a form or a video or whatever it is that you would like to put. Okay, so pop-ups have the ability, I'll show you again down here, two-step opt-in. So you don't have to have an image at the top. We could hide that. You could have just a form. You can obviously adjust what it says in there. You can go through and select one of the forms that you've created. But you can add other bits of content. You could add a video above the form like this. Okay, so you can put all sorts of things into the pop-up, but it is useful to have an individual pop-up per page. Okay, so that is one of the things that I wanted to point out to you. The other thing that each individual page gets that over inside of your website theme is shared is in the header. Here we can add content. We can add a hello bar, also known as an announcement bar, like this. White. Oops, sorry. Not what I meant to do. Okay, so each individual landing page can have its own hello bar sitting here at the top. Whereas if you were to add a hello bar to the header of your system homepage, perhaps it's a hello bar that, you know, promotes one of your programs. Currently enrollment is open, and you add a hello bar to this system homepage, that hello bar will show on every page. So it's going to show at the top of the student library when people log in, which might be a bit weird if they're already inside of your program. It's going to show at the top of your contact, top of your blog. It'll show absolutely everywhere. Now, there are times when that would be okay, but there are times when you are going to wish that you could put a hello bar at the top of your homepage and not have it show on absolutely everything else. So that's another reason that I would like to keep my homepage separate. And along the same lines, this hello bar lives inside of this header section on the page. Each individual landing page gets its own header section. Okay, so you can decide what's going to show: logo, the menu, the login for your library and things if you're already a student, perhaps a call to action, and that optional announcement bar. So every individual landing page gets its own header and also its own footer. Okay, so you can customize it slightly differently per page if needed. Whereas if you use the system homepage, everything that you put into the header of the homepage is also going to show in the header of the contact and the blog, and again, the student library that people see after they're already logged in. And it's quite possible that once somebody logs into your system, you don't want to show them all the same links that you have on the homepage of your site. Okay, so have a think. There's a few little reasons for you why I do like to keep them separate, but up to you as to whether or not you move ahead with customizing all these system pages, or if you decide to keep at least the homepage, perhaps, you know, some of these other pages, the contact, the about, you know, you might like to also have those as standalone landing pages. If you do decide to put the contact, the about, the work with me, all of those website pages in here as standalone landing pages, you will have to go through each page and apply your branding to each, okay, one caveat. Whereas when you put your branding into the website theme, okay, all of these system pages automatically take on that branding that you have applied. And we will look at that in more detail later. So that does take you a little bit longer to do. You will get quite quick at it, I promise, but just something to keep in mind. If you do decide to set up the majority of your pages as standalone landing pages, you can't come back to this homepage and set it from system to draft. There's no way to draft this homepage. But as long as you've gone into your site settings and told Kajabi that the landing page is to be your homepage, this system homepage will be ignored. As for these other website theme system pages, you can go over here and set them to draft if you're not planning to use them, or you can also just delete them altogether if you plan to set them up as individual landing pages in here. I think just easiest to set them to draft, just in case you do ever want to make use of them later. So hopefully that helps on that one.